All right, guys. This is my third time trying this, but today, ooh, sorry about that. It's eight. Today's video, we are going to start discussing my, I guess you could say, original Fate story. I don't want to say fan fiction because I actually do. Pardon me. I'm intending that the goal is to get this as official story. You know, similar to how I don't remember names, but Fate Strange Fake. That was the one that started as a I'm thinking of Fate Redline. It was just the gag of Gouda Gouda. Fate lore is complicated. Point is, I actually would like to get this as to official story one day. Of course, I'm not really qualified at the moment, but you know, a man can dream. But let's just hop right into it. Oh, just to say though, you know, I am uploading again, currently consistently, in hopes of qualifying for a content creator code for Fate Samurai Remnant. What a name. But you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. Let's get right into it. Fate World War. I'm also considering Fate World End. Excuse me. I'm not sure yet. Both names sound cool. Somewhat slightly considering making them two separate stories, but we'll see. I don't know. But what is it? Takes place after, slight spoilers ahead, the dismantlement Holy Grail War, which in that, from my understanding, there's a Holy Grail War fighting to, well, one side's trying to dismantle the Holy Grail, and then the other side is fighting to keep it going, I guess. It has Rin and Waver. They're fighting to dismantle the Grail. Spoilers, they do end up winning. The Grail is dismantled. The way my story takes place about 10 years after that. During that time, the other mages decided to before the Grail was dismantled, to copy down the I guess the formula, the structure, I don't know what to call it, but the system. There we go. Download the Holy Grail system, and they were working on it for about these 10 years, around there. Not really have set times yet, and to make it a more global scale thing. We're gonna have the whole world involved, and then it's a giant Holy Grail war. Kind of a spit in the face to Waver and Rin, I guess. I don't really know. Yes, yeah, we're still working on the concrete reasoning, but it's humanity. It's a dumb choice. But the way it's supposed to work, some of the notes here probably might be outdated, but originally, it was supposed to think of seven continents, 7 classes. Each continent have their own hero or servant. But then I ended up deciding, and that's a bit too, I don't want to say basic, but you know, that's just simply 7 heroes and then 7 continents so far apart. How the fighting work? And then so I then determined that let's just make it like this. All right. Based on the ley lines and the mystery of a continent, like Asia, for example, full of plenty of mystery, plenty of legends and myths. You know, ley lines are great. The higher quality and potentially more servants they can bring out, like Asia, everything they have, they can bring out high divinity servants, or multiple, a great plethora of low quality servants, and a higher potential of what they can get. Versus North America would be very lacking in that department. You know, they don't have much going for them in the mythology aspects, or even tall tales. But 7 servants, 7 classes. This is really outdated. Just like ignore, I guess. Actually, part of it's accurate. No, it's just ignore these first 2 rules. Countries can also declare that they will not be participating, so that no battles are fought on their land, and no harm can be done to them. So like the equivalent of being in the Holy Church in a normal Grail War. You know, just they're under protection. But let's see. Oh yeah, and so I ended up deciding on about, I'll take that, I think 15 servants, or is it 14? I don't know. North America has a total of 3. South America has 1. Europe has 2. Asia has 3. Australia technically has 2. or it has two, but you can some argue on technicality 5, 4 in one servant. What can I say? I guess that would be the same for Europe. Excuse me. And then Africa is also 2. Now, I will admit, it took me quite a while to figure out who, I guess, the servants would be. Originally, I was having a Nitocris in the story because I thought, oh my gosh, making your servant. Okay, as after Nitocris Avenger was released, I thought, what? And that revived my love for Egypt from Yu-Gi-Oh! And plus, Egypt's cool. And I thought, oh my gosh, I need to make Nitocris my main character's servant. But then I thought about it a bit more, and Fate Strange Fake has Hercules or Heracles become Avenger Alter Heracles. And I thought that since I was wanting to pretty much do the same thing, that's a bit too on the nose. I was trying to find reasons and ways to make Nitocris an Alter, and I couldn't really find anything to make it unique, so I kind of scrapped that idea. And I also had originally I had an Indian hero. It was gonna be Sita. Rama's wife. I'm pretty sure it's Sita. Sita. Yeah, Sita. But she's already using FGO Arcade, and I was finding it hard to really get her character down. So pretty much, I decided I'll just make everybody an original servant, or someone that's not already in the franchise. Like, you don't see them. I don't want to spoil that. I'm going to save that for another video. What's at the bottom? Oh, development stuff. Okay. Awesome sauce. Yeah, Japan announces that they'll be released. Oh, that doesn't actually make sense. Sorry. Next one. Made sure she made a copy of the Heaven's Field system before the Greater Grail was finally dismantled after dismantling war. Potentially despite it was adjusted to be a global scale system with the content. Yeah, you get the idea. And then each content can summon servants to represent. Oh yeah, I know what I'm talking about. But I like to note servants that I guess that's a slight spoiler. But servants that I considered in the process that I think would be really cool to see later on. You have Kim Yu-sin from Korea. From my knowledge, they're not a single Korean servant in the game, in FGO at least. But, as far as I'm aware, the entire franchise. You have his son Kim Won-sol. People from Australia, Gwenlyan. Wait, it is Australia, right? Fritch, I don't remember. I did a lot of research on these things, and then these are 7 that I actually liked a good amount. They just didn't make the cuts. You say these are honorable mentions. Oops. And I'd like to revisit later. If I was lucky, actually made the story, succeeded, got my collabs with FGO, and then maybe similar to how Guda has a yearly thing for the new servant, I could do something like that. I got 7 right here. I can go for 7 years. If FGO is still around at that time, then man, I'm probably still playing it. Speaking of, how did everyone summer? Well, I say everyone. None of my friends play the game, and no one's gonna watch this video. Well, maybe, I don't know. But I don't want to talk too long about it. I explained the premise of the story, and I actually would rather not share it because I don't want it to be taken by someone else. I think it's a pretty cool concept, but I'm also really rushing to try to get this completed because some of my servants, as I'll reveal in my later videos over the next few days, are actually pretty plausible to get used in FGO by Nasu. And well, if that happens, if he uses them, or if anyone else uses them in official media, then that would basically mean I can't use it. Not from copyright, but because the idea I have, the kind of characterization, abilities and everything, design also, it would basically be telling me that, no, that's not how it works. And if that happens, then I'll be in utter distress, man. I have to pretty much go back to the workshop all over again. I mean, 3 of them, or especially 2 of them, a European servant and a Chinese servant, are very, very likely to happen at any given time over the next 2 years. The fact that they aren't already in the game is a blessing for me. But that is all for today's video. Hopefully I was able to explain this well enough, I guess. Probably not, but you know, I can pretend. Hopefully, I'm able to work on this and really flesh it out one day. I hope you guys enjoy the video.